You spend hours, maybe even days, planning the great escape, quitting the job, selling the house, moving to a secluded cabin in the woods or a completely anonymous city where no one knows your name. This is the fantasy of isolation, that intense, almost overwhelming urge to hit the giant reset button on your life. It's driven by a seductive belief that your current unhappiness is entirely external, a problem of place and circumstance, and all it needs is a clean slate. But let's be honest about the ultimate fear here. It isn't the fear of being alone. It is the terrifying realization that your unhealed internal pain will pack its bags and follow you wherever you go. Today, we're going to dissect this cyclical tyranny of avoidance. We'll explore what this powerful urge to simply vanish truly tells you about the unaddressed trauma you might be carrying. This desire to escape is rooted in a concept psychologists call the geographical coup, the misguided belief that changing your external environment will miraculously solve your internal chaos. The mechanism at play is pure avoidance. You're attempting to solve chronic burnout, unresolved grief, or deep-seated anxiety with a radical external solution. The fantasy is so appealing because it offers a temporary hit of relief, a dopamine rush of new beginnings. But the deeper issue is an inability to set internal boundaries against your own stress, your own fears. You become addicted not to a new place, but to the frantic energy of starting over. It perfectly mimics the feeling of progress without requiring any of the actual internal work. But this pattern is destructive. It slowly chips away at your capacity for long-term commitment, for resilience, for building a life with any real foundation. The chaos isn't out there in your job or your city. You are carrying it with you. A heavy, unaddressed burden in what we can call your internal backpack. And this leads to the inevitable breakdown, the unavoidable return to the self. You've made the move. You've arrived in your new paradise. But as you unpack, you realize your internal backpack is still with you, filled with all the same pain you tried to leave behind. You begin to suffer from a cycle of sequential dissatisfaction. First, there's the initial joy and novelty of the new place, but it's quickly followed by the creeping, familiar return of the original anxiety, the same emptiness. The psychological cost is profound. It creates a life of constant instability, eroding your ability to build reliable trust, both in others and in yourself. You systematically destroy your own resilience because you never stay in one place long enough to learn how to manage discomfort. The ultimate price you pay is the loss of your own sense of agency. You stop being the conscious architect of your life and become a passive victim of your own impulses. So how do we break this cycle? The healing begins not with movement, but with stillness. It's the radical act of finding stillness as shelter, of committing to stay put, and finally setting internal boundaries against your own stress. The practice is to learn to tolerate the urge to run, to recognize that powerful impulse for what it is. A trauma signal, not a genuine desire. The goal is to fundamentally separate your well-being from your environment, to prove to yourself that your peace is not dependent on your location. You can practice this with a simple phrase: I am safe, right here, right now. And the work is internal. The key is to consciously tolerate the discomfort of the present moment, teaching your nervous system that you can build peace without fleeing. The reset button you've been so desperately searching for is you ain't in a new city or on a plane ticket. It's in your conscious, courageous choice to stay. Your escape fantasy is a powerful signal. It's your psyche telling you that something needs to change. But the exit is, and always will be, inward. Choose courage over running. Choose to build your shelter right where you stand. Because the true clean slate isn't found in a new place, but in the brave, quiet work of the here and now. Thank you for watching.